Next one is an Innovating Streets paper from the Spraden Cashmere Community Board. I think, Mel, you were going to move that one? Oh, sorry. That's a... There's two. Sorry. So Tim's going to move this one. Right. And Mel's going to move the next one. Okay, Tim and Mel. That's moved and seconded. So is there any discussion, or any questions, sorry? Yeah, Yanni.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for the work that you've done on this. It's really cool to see. I was just trying to get my head around the submissions we heard as part of the LTP and understand what relationship this project has with the people in Beckenham that came to the long-term plan worried about safety concerns.
I'm not aware of the specifics of those deputations, but the project does address a number of the safety concerns that are raised by the community through our consultation we did with the project.
Right. It just seemed to be that the people that made the submissions to the LTP may not have been aware of this work, but when we've been briefed on it, you've done heaps of community engagement.
Yeah.
So I was just quite puzzled why they were raising the concerns that they were raising, and whether there could be an attempt to bring them on board, or if there needed to be a slight change to the geographic area. But I mean, I'll raise it as part of the LTP. I don't want to hold this work up. I mean, I think this work was excellent. I was just quite surprised to hear from that group.
Maybe if I could just ask Tim, he might
have
some helpful
Innovation
comments.
Streets is a temporary, like it's an experiment, if you like, which is outstanding, and the staff, as you acknowledge, have done an outstanding job with a community that's very well connected into it. I think the concerns are about the permanent long term, and as we know through our communities, we're getting more communities wanting slower streets at 30 k's rather than 40. So I think we heard a fair bit of that. They're totally well connected. They're connected into what's happening. The staff, as you'd said, have done a really good job, but they're just wanting to get a bit of, carry forward into the future rather than, once 2 years is over, it's all pulled out and we're back to normal. And I think that's their concern, but it's just showing support was what was done with the staff.
So does this cover the same area that
Yes.
was raised in the LTP submission?
We've also got St Martins and other, but this is specific to this area.
Inclusive thereof, like there are other areas covered as well, but it covers the one that was specifically raised in the hearing.
Yes.
So and this is a way of trialling
Absolutely.
before you make embedded changes.
Yeah, and I think it's a really good way to work with our relationship with NZ or Waka Kotahi. So that's improved that as well. So.
Yeah. No, thank you very much. That's a helpful explanation. Sarah.
Thanks so much. We've got some noting stuff on the 30 kilometres an hour stuff here. What does it take for us to be able to realise those community aspirations?
So there's two bits with the speed limit. So there's a memo received around the Selwyn Street, and then there's the Beckenham conversation that occurred between 40 and 30. So the speed management guide is quite prescriptive in terms of residential areas, and that's why it's been recommended that the speed limit through Beckenham is 40 kilometres an hour. As part of the briefing we gave the other day around the setting the speed limit rule, there's I think we mentioned that they are looking to update the speed management guide. So that could potentially be some of the feedback we feed into them around residential areas and whether that should be 30 or 40. And that could be the best opportunity to then maybe go back and have a look at this as a 40. It's a 30, sorry.
Yeah. But at this point, the speed limit changes, while some of the layout changes, those kind of things are temporary, the speed limit changes are permanent, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you.
Also, as part of this, we have a monitoring and evaluation plan wrapped around all the projects, and we will be monitoring traffic data, including speeds in this area, to see what further considerations might need to do to get it even further down. So let's get it down to 40 in this case, and then we'll review it and see how the numbers are tracking after that.
Yeah. And part of the monitoring and stuff, will that include talking to people about their experiences, so qualitative data, not just the numbers and stuff?
Yes, that happens after 6 months and then 12 months.
Great, thanks.
Okay. All right. So that's been moved and seconded. So is there any debate? I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried. Thank you very much. And you can stay there because the next one is going to be moved by Melanie Coker.